Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Okay, we're talking to Eric Mancow Muller of Mancow.com, syndicated radio host. I'm on with him every Wednesday. Always honored to be there with him in the 8 o'clock Central Hour. I wanted to get you on to talk a little bit more, Mancow, here. About this report out of the Chicago Tribune. There's another one out of the News Gazette. Last night, the House went 60 to 57, the Senate 30 to 29. It's going to the governor now. The biggest tax increase in Illinois history, maybe nationwide. Your income tax, already one of the highest in the country for state income tax, is going up 66%. And other states are passing all these taxes, but we're not supposed to get up and get angry. It came out a few months ago that in Philadelphia, Homeland Security in Pennsylvania was spying on members of the legislature who were in the Tea Party for protesting higher taxes. The government said that that was a national security threat, that if we take our government back and cut taxes, that cuts off government money, so we're now a threat. So I guess we should need to sit down and say, thank you for the 66% tax increase. You live in Illinois. I was on your show today. I heard you saying you're going to leave the state.
I am going to leave. I've lived here for 10 years, more than 10 years. Look, here's the deal. You can look at Detroit. You can look at New York. I mean, Como has come around in New York. But Alex, here's the deal. I'm a nonpartisan guy. I'm an independent guy. I'm a Jeffersonian guy. I'm a Constitution guy. But listen, here's what happens in the big cities. You live in Austin. Let me school you on the big cities, okay? You have the dummy craps that promise everything to the people that don't work. They promise everything. And so therefore, more and more move to that city. Detroit, New York, Chicago, more and more, and they need more and more services, more and more, and so they have to keep jacking up taxes. All the businesses flee, so now they need more money, so they jack up the taxes more. More people leave, people like me, and finally you have a burnt-out shell that looks like Beirut. Downtown St. Louis is another one. You can't live downtown, so you just have a bunch of people that don't work. Look, hey, I was there. 50 feet away from Blah when he walked out in Grant Park, Chicago, after he was elected. Remember that big Roman Coliseum they built for him? And I was with a group of people, and they were saying, we don't have to work anymore. We don't have to work. And I was laughing, thinking, wow, how stupid is that? What do you mean you don't have to work? Well, guess what, Alex? I was wrong. They don't have to work anymore. I just have to work harder. And Ayn Rand was right. The problem with this socialism is eventually you run out of the workers' money. They've taken enough. They've taken enough blood from this stone, and I'm moving to a different beach. 66% income tax raise, and I never got to vote on it, and that's it. They just steal, and somehow if you say, I don't want to give you more money, well, then you're not considered noble, that it's noble for me to work while another man sits around. I'm fed up.
Well, what's amazing about it, Mancow, as you know, is that's what world government's about. The UN actually says they want a world government so there's nowhere to run and they can just raise taxes, and you've got these cities competing with each other for how many armies of welfare people they can get into them to give them more services. And now they want our guns, they want our free speech. But as you said earlier, people are really waking up. And the system is in trouble, and they're scared, and they know it.
Well, and then you have a situation like this, and you see how the media incorrectly is playing it. I'm sorry, me and you talking about them taking 66% more without a vote, without me wanting to be part of this. It's thievery, and there's nothing wrong. In fact, I think it's very patriotic what you and I and others are doing. They're spending our money. Well, look, $1 billion to rebuild Gaza. Why are we rebuilding Gaza so that radicalized Muslims can shoot rockets into school buses filled with Jewish children? Wait, why do I have to rebuild Gaza after they destroyed it?
Eric Mancow Muller, we're out of time. Look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Take care, buddy. Gerald Celente coming up straight ahead. We'll cover what's happening across the board. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com. or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
We are now 8 minutes into the second hour of this live broadcast. It is the 12th day of January 2011. Top Trends forecaster joined us late last year in December, and now it's his first visit with us in 2011. Gerald Celente, founder of the Trends Research Institute in 1980. Gerald is a pioneer trend strategist. He's the author of several national bestsellers, and the website's trendsresearch.com. Obviously, Gerald, you know what the big story, the big issue is. It's not just the federal judge, a pro-Second Amendment judge, Roll being shot in the face and killed, or this poor Congresswoman Giffords being shot to the brain but surviving, and it looks like may recover with most of her functions intact. And this little poor 9-year-old girl, the father has said, don't use this for political gain, don't use this to take more liberties, and he went on to criticize the TSA. We now know the guy, reportedly from multiple neighbors, was taking a powerful hallucinogen almost on a daily basis. It appears that the best MO we've got is he was obsessed with the Congresswoman. So not only what happened with the shooting, but now this move to restrict free speech right on the heels of the FCC announcing internet controls, right on the heels of all these calls to restrict free speech, Second Amendment. It looks like the system really wants to use this to clamp down, but I've got the national polls out. No one is buying it. In fact, the polls are showing that people are becoming even more pro-Second Amendment after watching this. It seems like anything the mainstream media touches is turning to dust. Instead of having the Midas touch, they've got the, the touch of death here. The system it appears really in trouble. Give us your breakdown on the whole situation.
I think you've summed it up accurately. As we also know, this kid from the reports, he wasn't watching news or listening to talk radio. Just as they did with 9/11, Alex, they'll use any excuse they can to clamp down on freedom. It's one of the top trends that we're looking at, loss of liberty in 2011. The piece, by the way, is the Trends Journal will be out in a week or so, and the piece is written by Paul Craig Roberts on this very issue. So the trend to take our freedoms away from us has long been in the making, and they're going to use this excuse from this sick kid as an excuse to take more away from us. So the other important thing to understand, however, is that what the people want doesn't count. You look at poll after poll, they do what they want, whether it was the TARP bailouts or abrogating our constitutional rights. So it's going to be a fight for freedom to the end.
Continue along that line.
Well, they're not going to stop. As we saw with this piece of legislation, they're trying to push through with what they call net neutrality. Orwell couldn't have come up with a better name. And then we'll look what's going on the other aspects. They've brought Afghanistan and Pakistan to the good old USA with drones flying over our cities in Miami and in Houston, peering in your windows, following us to see who's good and who's bad. We saw our esteemed Secretary of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, the czarette, making a deal with Walmart to follow our every move and have people rat us out. I encourage everyone to go and look up that video on YouTube of Janet Napolitano beginning it by saying that Homeland Security starts in your hometown, and that if you see anything in the Walmart store or Walmart parking lot, to contact your authorities or your Walmart manager. Yeah, some guy making $62.50 a week in a hernia. I mean, yeah, like he's going to help solve the big problem. That notwithstanding, when you watch the video, the only thing missing is a heavy German accent from World War II era, because that's exactly what it sounds like. And then the other question becomes, all of this security to watch us, who's watching these people that are watching us? What twisted brains out there are peering in our windows and seeing whether or not we're abiding by the law? So the fact of the matter is, Alex, this is the way it goes. It's old news to us. We put it in chapter and verse in earlier trend alerts and trends journals. As the economy continues to decline, as they continue to lose more and more control, America takes on the aspects of a third world nation. They take the lowest common denominator of society. The people that couldn't get jobs flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, these are the people they put out there for the goon squad. You see them when you go to the airport. These aren't the best and the brightest. Let's get this really straight. All of a sudden now, they become the people to feel you up. And they become the people who have no lives of their own to exert control over you.
Well, Gerald, that's what I've noticed coming in and out of the country or flying. A lot of these people, it's like they're trying to act thuggish. They're trying to intimidate you. They're trying to bug their eyes out at old women and people with kids. Most of them can hardly speak English. I noticed they're, hiring people from police state nations that this is their status now. They came from places with sewage running down the streets, and I've been all over the world. You are very